Pandas, 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 pandas. I got bras and an antigen, dope lean and a Fanta. Pandas! Welcome to the stream. Glad that you guys are here. We just finished the pre-market show. Always have a great time there. Good morning, guys. Make sure you scalp that like button. Also fill out the poll. Also drop a GM in the chat with your location. That'd be great. Anthony, Ben, good morning. Icky, welcome. FZen, good morning from Alberta. Just missed this beautiful trap here. What a nice trade. Just what a nice trade. This would have been a nice trade here, right? Break a trend to new low. Reversal setup. Like it can't get more textbook than that. And the break of trend to new low happens with a two-legged pullback. Even more beautiful. Two pushes down. The market loves to move in twos. This is why we traded two-legged pullback. What do I think is gonna happen today? What do I think is gonna happen today? To be honest, I have a trigger for a trap. If we break the previous day's high, which is way up here, I'm gonna probably trade that. I'm probably gonna trade that. The main reason being, I'm not sure if we're gonna get there though, Pandas. I'm not saying we're gonna get there, but if we do get there, I have a plan. Let's just say that. The daily chart triggers a second entry short. And I don't know if you guys remember, I drew this yesterday saying that I don't think this is a place where I would necessarily think that we will come down much further if we trigger the second entry short. If I saw this in any other chart, I would feel like we would want to trigger the trap above the 20 EMA to reverse this off the bottom of this channel. Right, we've already bounced off a couple times off the bottom of this channel with a big swing back up. And so this could be one of those spots where we can reverse here and actually try to fill this gap here, multi-week gap. Right now it's turning into a multi-month gap where we have a gap here on the daily chart on the futures market, which is very rare to have a gap like this in the futures market, because the futures market is a 23/5 market, open 23 hours 5 days a week. It's basically closed a lot less than it's open. And so there is this gap here which typically is typically get filled very quickly, at least within the day. If not in the day, then maybe in the week. And if not in the week, then I guess something like this happens where, boy oh boy, I mean, this is a multi-month gap now on a market that is open 23 hours a day. Absolutely incredible. Chris says, well, let me say good morning to a couple more of you guys. Dylan, good morning. Frank Angelo, John Little, good morning, guys. From Jersey or from Israel, good morning. Good morning. Anthony Ben from Morocco, good morning. Andrew Wade, good morning. Chris, good morning. Chris asks, I'm going to use your discount code APEX after evaluation. The price per month changes, correct? It does. It changes to basically a flat fee of $85. So after, if you pass evaluation and if you get funded, then it becomes, if you get funded, it turns to $85 flat fee, and that's it. But if you use my code and you're still doing an evaluation after 1 month, the price is still the same, still 50% off. It's 50% off for the lifetime of the evaluation. So Pandas, with that being said, if we break this high, we effectively have a trap on the daily chart. And so I'll be ready with orders above this high here. And yeah, I'll probably scalp out a couple points from that. Yeah, it's just for me, it's worth it. It's worth it. I'm willing to lose. It's better than a 50-50 trade for me. So I can take that trade multiple times. Like traps on the daily chart are kind of rare. So especially when it's an uptrend trap, right? Like if it's a fail second to short, you kind of want to take those. Good morning, guys. Ted Rajnes, good morning. Bhaskar, GC, Burke, good morning. SW Blaze from Chicago, welcome, welcome. Robert Castro, T2, good morning, guys. Wayne Bicknell, good morning. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Make sure you scalp that like button. Make sure you fill out that poll. Jib Thompson says, people trade live in your Discord. It does happen, but not very often. It does happen, but it's not very often. Most of the live trading happens during the stream. But we still discuss, talk about the trades that we're in and talk about the trades that we're thinking about. So, what kind of day do I think we're gonna have today? I think we're gonna have an uptrend day today. I don't know though, pandas. I really am curious what kind of day we're gonna have. I mean, we may have follow through. We might have follow through, so we might break the previous day's low. We might have some follow through after yesterday's candle. I don't know. That could be possible. I've been wrong many times before, but I don't know if I want to take a trade necessarily with a follow through. I mean, we can have an uptrend day today, rest of the day today. I circled this because it was such a good trade. Like in the overnight session, have been nice because we had like a breakout trend, the new high, this trap trade to look for that new high. Terrible signal bar though, but you're looking for that new high. New high created with 4 pushes up, L4 setup. Lower high setup. You wish you could have had a trap period up in a dream, but instead of a trap, it just no entries, go straight down until it's a little too late. It makes it too late a pullback instead. Coming back to the 20 MA with a downtrend. Now this downtrend has a breaker trend to new low, a new low with a trap to the long side here. So it's just like the rules are working out right now for this. This is actually a good trade here because it actually has a good signal bar as well. Amazing. Signal bar is great, but it's so large. Like, are you willing to risk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, basically a 7-point risk on one candle? Wow. That's hard. I don't think I would have been. If I were to take that trade, I would have gotten a retracement, probably risk about 3 to 4 points, and yeah, typically I like to risk 3 points here. 1, 2, 3. I would have maybe just got filled. Nah, I don't think I would have got filled. Nope, I would have missed it by 1 tick, my fill, my retracement. But also, oh, that actually didn't happen too long ago. Interesting. Did we have news or something? No, we didn't. Did we have news? Did we have news? Oh, we might have the news. All right. This movement seems like almost news driven, almost, but I don't know. Michael says, "Hey Jib, people in the Discord keep losing multiple evals." It's true. It's hard to pass the eval. It's not easy. It's very difficult to pass the eval. So if you can pass it, that already tells you a lot about yourself, right? It kind of tells you a lot about you being able to trade and doing well, and it kind of gives you some litmus test of how well you can trade. So if you can pass those evals, that's, yeah, you know, but everyone in the Discord keeps it real. You know, we talk about our losses, we talk about our wins. You know, people talk about how they're making money, people talk about how they're losing their evals, and you know, we just keep it really real in the Discord. So if you want a community that, you know, you can discuss your journey with and also be with fellow traders who also are going through the same struggle and kind of, right, you're becoming that trader. You know, everyone in Discord, if they were already like, you know, super profitable traders, then, you know, it's kind of different. Mark Aguila says, New Prime Minister. Oh, okay. Good morning from UK. Lance gone. Welcome, welcome. Mark Aguela says, what if you can pass the evals and then blow up the funded account? And that can happen too. That can definitely happen. The greatest test is becoming profitable. All right, market just opened, pandas. The greatest test is become profitable after being funded. That is the greater test, I think. I always say 10% of people can pass the eval, so 90% people will fail. But I would say 10% of those 10% are people who can come out funded, withdrawing money and becoming profitable. So like for me, like to keep it real, it's probably 1% of everyone who tries these evals will come out as a profitable trader. That's how I feel. That's honestly how I feel. But you know that's because also when you're saying like 90% people fail, you're talking about people who are literally just come in and think that this is super easy, and and they just they barely put the effort in, and they don't take the time to actually learn strategy and learn about risk management, learn about the psychology, and letting go of FOMO trades, and you're including all types of people who are here just to gamble. So when you're saying like 90% people fail, it's like you're including a large audience. But if you're talking about like people who are very serious about trading, and this trap here, I really want this trap for new high. I didn't like the signal bar though. I just didn't like the signal bar, but that new high, that's what you're looking for here. Just didn't like that signal bar, so it's made me hesitate. Ooh, if you're long there, you just got trapped out. The signal bar and the top of the trading range, top of these pivots, acting as a resistance. You just got stopped out if you went long there. Ouch, 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 ouch. It might be a stop out. It might then go along the way that it's going to after stops you out. It might go up now. I hate that. I really do. All right, strong push down. Coming back to the bottom of the trading range marked by the trading range indicator. But I'm saying like if you're like a really serious trader, then percentage wise, like people who actually care, people who actually take the time to study, people who spend the hours, like I would say like of course then it's like it's a lot higher percentage of people who can pass. But yeah, so Chris said, is there a time limit for the profit goal? This is why I love Apex, because they don't give you a time limit. They don't give you a maximum time limit. They give you a minimum time limit, which makes me see that Apex cares more about you being profitable and you being a good consistent trader than being able to pass it, eval in a certain amount of time. Passing an eval when they give you a time limit kind of makes you trade in a way where you might not even trade in real life. And so that's kind of like, I think it's a little silly when combines have like a maximum amount of days you can pass. Apex has a minimum amount of days you can pass because they want to see if you can continue to be profitable for a certain amount of time. So you have to have at least 10 trading days. And when I say at least, that means you have to be trading 10 or more days to pass the eval. Trading range right now. And this is what I mean, that after it stops you out, it gives you two legs down, maybe bottom of trading range, might come back up. I like this higher low setup, to be honest, but I like this higher low setup. We're gonna say double bottom, higher low. It's outside bar reversal though, and I probably will just wait for a trap trade. Fails like entry short in this area. If I were to find a trade, fails like entry short to go long here. Do not copy. Do not copy bad people in the real world. I'm trying to prevent myself from saying that. I already have a disclaimer on the top right of the screen, to basically saying that you trade at your own risk on this stream. If you copy my trades, you can't blame me for anything. So I'm trying to stop myself from saying do not copy my trades. It's become a bad habit. I liked it before, but now it's like a resistance. It looks like a resistance more than anything. We need another higher low here. Push down. I mean, it could be telling me we're in a downtrend more than anything. Hard to say, not sure. The first like 25 minutes, kind of have to wait for the first 25 minutes to get a better idea what's going to happen today. The reason why I said it is because you want 5 bars on the 5 minutes. Whew! Strong push down back to the bottom. Top of the trading range. Perfect hit at the top. Comes all the way down. Perfect hit to the bottom of the trading. This is not a perfect hit. It goes beyond it by a couple ticks, but you know what I mean. It's really, really accurate right now. The trading range indicator being super accurate. Higher low setup, if we're in a trading range, this higher low setup can come back to the top of the trading range. Ooh, no more higher low setup. It's just a 2-leggy and it's pushing down. This might be a breakdown here. We're not too far away from the previous day's close, and I'm not sure how eager I am to go short here if we do break beneath it. I mean, I could just be wrong. Like, you know, we could have this super strong bear trend day today. That's fine. But I just have a plan that if we come all the way back to yesterday's high and we break above it, like I'm looking to go long. Like, to me, that's a long setup, like 100%. But I'm not sure if we can even get there. I'm not taking this trap. I mean, we're obviously in a trading range, so this trap could fail and come back into our trading range. We're not that, you know, we really haven't broken out of this trading range yet. Even though we have a strong bear bar, we're still within the bounds of this trading range, in my opinion. The higher low could actually bring us back up if we do trigger it. But micro double bottom currently, terrible signal bar to go long. But yeah, it's still, we're still within the influence of this trading range, in my opinion. Interesting. It is a higher low setup. Interesting. I don't know. 2-legged pullback now to the short side. Again, not interested. We're just too close to this trading range, in my opinion. In fact, I'll take a trap. If this fails, I'll take a trap to come back into our trading range. Maybe possibly for a swing trade. And the nice thing about this, when you trade at the bottom of the trading range, it's very easy to know where your stop is. But your reward's actually decently big. I look for a trap trade here. I could also see this as a break of trend to new low. And we could look for a trap trade here to come back to the top of the trading range. That's what I'd be interested in. I'm going to set up my pause until I get my setup. I'm not chasing anything. I want the market to give it to me. I need this to trigger the second entry short. Once the second entry short triggers, I'm going to set up my my trade to go long. It's an inside bar. That might be enough for traders, right? We're in breakout mode, so if we break above this high, that might be enough for traders to go long here. And that's what it was, right? So they're just waiting for any reason to go long. They waited for the inside bar and the break above the inside bar. That was their trigger to go long. Unfortunately, that's not the setup I'm looking for. I was actually looking for a A, B, C break, right? So we get the second entry short and then go long. That's what I was waiting for, but never got it. Now it's gonna probably go up without us, which is fine. It's just I wanted my setup, I didn't get it. Would I take the trap here, even though I feel like we already made the move? I'd consider it. If we get a trap here, I'd consider it. The risk is huge though. Wow, what a second entry short. Okay. Amazing. All right, we're beneath the 20 EMA again. It's kind of scary to go long here. especially with a push down like this. You're thinking maybe a new low be created, but I don't know. That's tough. That's tough for me. Shawarma. I have such a soothing voice. I mean, pandas they just have this thing about them. All right. What are we doing here? Do I want to take this long trade, pandas? I feel like it wants to make a new low. It looks like it wants to push down again. But the setup calls for it to come back to the top of the trading range. Basically 3 attempts down here. I just feel like the strong push down. We have another leg down possibly. This is tough. Beneath the 20 EMA. Bottom of a trading range though. Alright, that answers that question. Answers the question very well here. Not interested anymore. I would say this is probably break a trend to new low now. Notice we're still in the gravitational pull of this trading range. I need a higher low setup here. Higher low, I'll go long here if I can get it. If the market is generous enough to give me a higher low setup of some sort. I'll take a higher low for a point. Strong push up. Very strong push up. Almost always in long. You might just want to buy anything here at this point. Darn. I mean, higher low setup at this point is a little too far away from the bottom of the trading range. If the higher low was like closer to here, like let's just say it did this, drew back, I would have gone long on the higher low setup, but it never did, just shot straight up. So now we're like in the middle of the trading range, and now you want the higher low. So I mean, trading range indicator doing wonders right now. Shawarma. They don't make shawarmas in the States like they do in the Middle Eastern Europe. I lived in Israel for a couple months, and like every corner there was like a shawarma, like the worst shawarma shop in Israel is like better than the best shawarma shop anywhere in the States, in my opinion. Too leggy. I'm interested, pandas. I'm interested. I'm very interested here. Going long for a 2-legged pullback. Let me do the proper stop here. 2-legged pullback. It looks like I'm getting stopped out, but it's a 2-legged pullback on like a strong move up from the bottom of the trading range, maybe back to the top of the trading range, thinking that we can get a nice scalp here, but we shall see. I mean, I don't like the reaction it had, you know, the moment it triggered and kind of almost reversed on me. So it looks like it's getting a little choppy now instead of anything, but yeah, let's see what happens. The risk is not too large, about 3.5 points. I could extend my reward to make this more worth it, but eventually stops me out and gives me a 1-tick slippage. Super frustrating. It's a second entry long, but maybe it was just a little too congested here. I took it in this congestion. I took it at the top of this congestion. Maybe it's better if I take it down here. I almost want to try again. I almost want to attempt this again. It's a terrible signal bar, doji bar. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. Almost want to attempt this again now, but the signal bar looks pretty bad. If we have a decent signal bar, I might try attempt to go long. I'm gonna attempt to go long one more time here. Let's see if we can get it. Pushes down stronger. The signal bar is getting even worse. Not worse, but even larger, seems like. Let's see. Okay, I'm in this trade, but I got in a bad position because it's super frustrating, but it's all good. Let's go, baby. Super frustrating with that entry. Could have done a little bit better there. But it's all good, pandas. It's all good. Try to go long here. I felt like my premise was good still. This was a better setup, and this is why I want to go long here. Pretty good. It just triggers so quick. Like, you know, I just couldn't get it. Coming back to the top of the trading range. I was just a little too early on that second entry long here. This was a better setup. Still a second entry long. A, B, C, good signal bar, bouncing basically at the bottom of the trading range, coming back to the top. Could I got more from that? Probably. I was just a little too distracted by getting rid of all my messed up orders. And here you have the congestion working for you at this point, because you're at the bottom of this congestion. You're thinking coming back to the top of congestion, pushing pretty strong up here now. If I did a one-to-one here, yeah, it's okay. It's all good, man. Next trade. I could have made up the money that I lost on the first trade, but yeah, like I said, I was too distracted trying to get rid of these like pop-ups that come up. That's a kind of annoying thing. If you have like if like you mess up on that order, it just does that. It's really annoying. Looks like a strong move up. Could be a breakout of the trading range at this point. This is what you want to see on a breakout. Also, if you look on the 5-minute chart, strong bull bar ending on its high with follow through. So you're thinking possible uptrend. Trap trade to the long side. Man, do I want to continue this uptrend? Sure. Do not follow lemmings off a cliff. It's a pretty big risk here, but I think it's worth it. I think this could be a potential nice breakout here. I just like the 5-minute, how we have so many bull bars. Ooh, this is a very small bar here. Wow, incredible. Very small bar here. Going a little bit sideways. This is a risky trade. Don't get me wrong. I understand. So, but I feel like the momentum's so strong here. We have potential to push higher. Signal bar is looking ugly. But I kind of like the fact that it pulled back a little bit instead. We're still in Trap City. Signal bar is kind of ugly, but it's actually coming to a key area now. Bouncing off the 20 EMA, coming back into our trading range. Signal bar is a little bit ugly here, but I like the fact we're coming off the 20 EMA here now. Wow, inside bar. Double bottom off the 20 EMA here. In this trade. It's a fail second entry short on this breakout and above the 20 MA. And yeah, I mean, in a sense I could maybe even look for more here, but let's see if we can just scalp out. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy money. Scalped out there.
10,000.
I will look for another entry here. We'll look for another entry here. Looking for another entry. I'm going to swing this a little bit here. I'm going to do a one-to-one risk reward. The main reason being is because we have a trap on the 10,000 tick chart. Trap on the 10,000 tick chart, looking for a one-to-one here. It's a big risk, but I'm trying to get a big reward. I'll enter again, double position if this trap triggers, thinking that we're gonna have a nice push up here. It's outside bar reversal in a double position here. This one I will simply trade on 2,000 tick and get my, let's go baby. Easy peasy, easy money. Let's go, baby. The one-to-one risk reward right there on the 10,000 tick chart. Coming back to the top of the trading range. Strong momentum up, balancing off of the 20 EMA, curling up here. Breakout of the trading range. Tested the top of the trading range one more time. Now it's pushing up higher. Feeling real good right now. We're vibing. We are vibing. We're reading this like a book at the moment. Sometimes you gotta have those days where you just read the price action like it's a book, like a children's story book. It's so easy to read. Watch me lose my next trade. I already lost a trade, so. But that's a risk I was willing to take. You know, I wanted this move, but I was willing to take it here. But when I saw my premise was still good, you know, I kept trading in that direction. Pushing even higher than that one-to-one risk reward. Oh yeah, let's do it. It's been a while. Let's get that bamboo. Getting that bamboo today. Feels nice. I mean, being up 375 is already more than enough to make a very good living. And I say that because of how many accounts I have. I mean, yeah, yeah, what can I say? We have a two-legged pullback. Are we going to take our luck here and think that we're just super strong uptrend? I'm probably going to sit in my pause a little bit just because this is an unsustainable uptrend. But, you know, so if it just bounces off our trend line here, I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if that's enough for me. It feels like it wants to make a move back down, especially with this L4 setup and this L5 failing as well. Hard for me to go long right here at the moment. But currently in an uptrend. Yesterday's high is not even in sight. Second entry long here. Off the 20 EMA now. Oh man. Oh man, boy oh boy, do I want this long. Something tells me that I should just take it, but in a sense, like I've already won so many times, I'm a little more hesitant. I don't want to lose this bamboo, but it makes sense to go long here, I guess. In a sense, like I already felt like I already took so many scalps going up. I just don't know, like, can I get more from this? Should I just keep doing it until I lose? I'll probably feel more comfortable with a higher low setup here. If this gives me a higher low second entry long, then I'll probably be more comfortable. It does scalp you out. Amazing. Second entry long. Maybe I'm not reading this like a book. I think I'm a little more hesitant just because I already have bamboo I'm trying to protect at this point. Just a strong move up here. Frank Angelo mentions, I got the trap traders off the inside bar. I'm not sure. I guess what you're saying is when an inside bar is created and it traps them and then I reverse it, that's a setup you like. I get it. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that happens a lot. Not a lot, but when it does happen, it's a pretty nice setup. Like here, inside bar, it triggers beneath and then it reverses. That's kind of what you're looking for. Inside bar triggers beneath, and in a sense, what you're trying to do is you're trading a failed breakdown, right? Because the inside bar basically means it's on a smaller time frame. Believe it or not, this is a triangle, and a triangle is saying basically when you have this move, like if you're trying to go long, you have a move down. That's a failed breakout of this triangle, and usually when things fail, when it reverses the other way very strongly, and so you're taking advantage of the fact that you have all these trapped traders here who thought that this was going to go down from this inside bar, but then once they realize they're wrong, they're trapped, and so now you go long here, and you take advantage of that. So I was able to scalp out a couple points there. Similar to here, right? People thought that once you break this low here, since this is an inside bar, what I mean by inside bar is basically just a bar that's inside, right? So we got two inside bars. So OII pattern, you're in breakout mode. And so people are trying to go short at the break of this low or long at the break of this high. And what happens is that those who went short here, once it reverses and breaks the high, their stop loss is right here. And so you want to enter where their stop losses are. And this is what kind of made this move go up very quickly. So, you know, you're trying to take advantage of the fact that, you know, people are trading these inside bars and their stop loss is on the opposite side, on the other end of the inside bar. I hope that makes sense. That's an Al Brooks setup, by the way. On a smaller time frame, this is simply just a triangle. People are asking, why am I using the 2000 tick chart? To be honest, I actually don't necessarily like the 2000 tick chart, but it's the tick chart that a lot of people use. At least those who follow this channel, because a lot of people are heavily influenced by Mac from price action trading. And, you know, let me just go through the story. You know, I'll follow along, kids, on my journey. It all started with Michael Chin, the great Michael Chin, the 100% trader, never failed before. And because of Michael Chin, like he was a master at marketing, and he essentially made this setup explode. Like, he posted videos out that, you know, that basically gave exposure to this strategy called the two-legged pullback. And everyone thought that Michael Chin was a trading god. He would post videos up saying, "Oh, how I make $500 a day before I even go to work." You know, he posted videos up like that, and they were very convincing, very actually well-produced videos, and he had charisma about him. But later, people found out very quickly that he, you know, straight up was taking a system from a person called Mac, and he owns this thing called price action trading system, and basically there he goes over the two-legged pullback and all these things, and so people who coming from that school of Mac basically, and also from Michael Chin, is you know, they trade the 2000 tick chart. So basically, like, you know, even for me, this stream was basically incarnated because of all the events that happened with Michael Chin, and then Mac, and then ultimately from Al Brooks. But Al Brooks doesn't really use tick charts. He still uses like the I think like the 2-minute chart, 2 to 3 minute chart. The thing about 2000 ticks is that it's very fast. They're typically less than a minute long, so it's very crazy how fast these form. So scalping on the 2000 tick chart, for me, just technically speaking, whatever time frame you use, make sure that each candle, it's not even the candle size, but it's really the candle distance from the previous like highs and lows, that the distance between that is enough for a scalp. That's what you need. You need the candle size to be able to scalp out at least on one candle. And so the candle size needs to be at the size of your scalp. And so the 2000 tick chart typically prints out candles that are big enough for a scalp. So technically that's why I don't mind it. It's like probably the smallest tick you can use for this strategy, in my opinion. But if you're trying to scalp out 1 or 2 points, then yeah, I feel like you need at least 2000 tick. Just a strong push up here, very strong push up. No entry for me here though, unfortunately. It bounces off the previous day's low perfectly, or close perfectly. But basically, 2000 tick chart also is Michael Chin. Michael Chin in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Glad you're here. You know, basically, the 2000 tick chart charts out for you the price action of the volume rather than the time. And the time charts give you the price action between time and price. The price action or the tick charts give you price action between the price and volume. So yeah, I hope that helps. I don't know if that helps anyone. Yeah, the thing about the two-legged pullback too is really that it's not something that you can claim for yourself, right? It's something that's just everyone knows about. But Mac, I believe, created like a system around it, so I can see that. I don't know. I think there was some litigation, but at the end, nothing was actually done. It was just like a cease and desist. The great Michael Chin. People think this is a real Michael Chin. This is a troll account, by the way. If you can go into his profile and find out very quickly. Just grinding up here now. Like I mentioned, if we actually break above this high here, that will trigger the trap on the daily chart. It doesn't even have to happen today. Like maybe today, like the candle will end like right here. But the next day, if it does trigger, any time at this point, if a previous candle high is broken, you know, it's gonna be a trap on the daily chart. Just what a move up. You know, I could have had a runner from here all the way up, and I would not have been stopped out. You see, there's a gap here. Amazing. But unfortunately, I'm not running runners. I'm not doing runners. My runner will probably been stopped out here, to be honest. I've probably done a runner 2 points beneath the 20 MA. But man, look at this move. This move is not natural. It's very interesting, right? No break of a previous candle's low. Absolutely incredible. This is a move that, you know, whew, you just want to go long anywhere at this point. Absolutely incredible. That's scary stuff. Very scary stuff. It's not a predictable move either, right? People might be sad that they're missing this, but this is just unpredictable. It's not like something I would have been able to. Oh yeah, I think you know, after this move up, oh, I think it's gonna do this kind of weird, super choppy like ladder move up without ever breaking a previous candle's low. You know, it's just like, it's just unpredictable. That's something you could have predicted. It's an absolutely incredible move though. On another time frame, this is simply a breakout. So the 10,000 tick chart, that one bar, this one huge bar, it's a breakout bar. But that is just this crawl up on the 2,000 tick chart. Sometimes the higher time frames help you see the bigger picture. It's incredible though. This could be one of those like super strong bull trend days today. And yeah, maybe I'm just looking for an entry at this point. It's absolutely incredible. No break over previous candle's low. How many bars? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 bars in a row without breaking a previous candle's low. This is absolutely incredible move. It's not natural in my opinion. It's being very controlled. It's absolutely incredible. There are no shorts right now available. No shorts whatsoever. We might finally get a break of a previous candle's low. Will it be here after like 20 candles? I don't even know. It might not even break the previous candle's low here. It's sick. This is sick. It's disgusting. It's gross. It's crazy. It's also beautiful and amazing. I'm glad I'm watching it with you guys. Phil Chan asks how long it took me to get this comfortable. I've been doing this for 2.5 years now, so for anyone interested, I've been doing this for 2.5 years, and yep, that is it. If you guys are trying to look for a timeline, finally we break a previous candle's low. I mean, you're always in long because you're thinking any pullback will be a small pullback, and most likely have another leg up. In fact, I probably will have, you know, if you had an order off the 20 EMA, a limit order, you probably can at least scalp out. I'm at a point where I'll take a first entry almost at any point. License Paint Huffer asks, did you start with your own capital or did you always use a funded account? In the very beginning, prop firms weren't as popular, but this year was the first year I used Apex, and it has been amazing. Like the amount of risk, like the amount of stress that you have when you trade is just almost melts away because you're not trading your own money. I did begin with my own accounts, and I blew my accounts up, and that was like my own capital. And you're talking about like $2,000, right? Like you know having a $2,000 account is not very much, you know, but it's like that's $2,000 that you have to put in, and if you blow that account, you lose $2,000. Whereas like if you're using Apex, like you're putting in like $50 for it to be possibly funded. And you know, it's just incredible. Or even like $300 if you want it to be funded on like a large account, but that's just way less than $2,000. So just like that's what I'm talking about, that first entry. So everyone's just going always in long, and they don't even care if there's a pullback because they'll just go long again. They're happy about any pullbacks. First entries, just rocket ship right now. Absolutely incredible move. And this is what I mentioned this yesterday to the Discord. That when I saw this happening, I'm looking for a trap trade on the daily chart. I'm not looking for a continuation of this downtrend there. And this is kind of like I guess signs that we're probably gonna try to trigger this trap. When we get here, I might be a little exhausted, but who knows? Very rarely can it go straight up, and this is not. This is like this is a 1% type move, pandas. Like if you miss this, don't be sad because this is like this is just a very rare thing to happen. It's just not. It's not. It's not something you can predict. That means 99% times if you wanted to trade this quote unquote move, then you would have lost it 99% of the time. This is a move that is just not very common. Phil Chen asks how much commission. You get to keep 100% of the first 10,000, which is amazing. 100% of the first $10,000, and that is per account. That's per account, Panda. So if you have like 10 accounts, you can pull out $100,000 at 100%. I don't know about you guys, but that is incredible to me. That's absolutely incredible to me. So, that to me is amazing. And so, yeah, you can pull out the first $10,000 100%. Afterwards, they take 10%, so you can pull out 90% of what you make. So at a certain point in time, once you have enough capital in there, then you kind of just you probably just take out of the prop firm, or they make you a true prop firm trader. That's how Apex does it, at least. At a certain point in time, when you trade the funded accounts, they'll reach out to you, and then they basically copy your trades at their own discretion if they like what you do. But if they really like what you do, like really like what you do, then they will, like, if you're consistently profitable, like you might have 1 or 2 red days, but they're usually small, but your green days are large and more consistent, then they will reach out to you to become like an actual, I guess, like a true prop firm trader to them, where you actually have direct access to their accounts. And yeah, so I mean, they're pretty transparent about doing that. Phil Chan says, but Panda, now that you are profitable, why not trade with your own money? I mean, at the end, it's about the risk. Sooner or later, it depends. It really depends. It really depends. Honestly, also it's the funding. Technically, I could just pull out the money and just trade it on my own, but I don't know. I like this setup as well. I don't mind this, but sooner or later, the 90-10 split will probably get you But it's kind of nice because you get to trade like money that doesn't technically touch you. So I treat this more like a business where I'm like trading these accounts, and I just take the profits for myself. Like they gave me the original capital to build these accounts up, and because of that, I'm in a place where I can kind of trade quote unquote with house money the entire time. But definitely, at least in the beginning, I think the prop firms, if I knew about them, or if I was like comfortable about them, or if there was someone like me kind of explaining it like how I do, then I would I would have 100% started with. So I would, like, if I were to do this again, I would start with paying the minimum data fee on Ninja, on Ninja Trader, just to get the data fee, and trade sim. Trade sim until I became comfortable. Once I'm done with trading sim, I would probably start with then a prop firm account evaluation. That's because, like, let's just say you want to start off trading micros, and you trade with the 50K account, trailing threshold 2,500, and you're able to trade on that with a possibility of becoming funded. For me, I don't mind. Because in my mind, 100% of 99% chance, the first account that you open when you trade futures, you will blow. You will blow. I'm pretty sure, that is what will happen. And, yeah, so. Um, you can use Trade of 8 with Apex as well. I believe you can use Apex with almost any on any platform. We might have a two-leggy here. Not sure if we're interested though. It's really overextended, and but we might just get a simple two-leg pullback. I might be thinking too much about it now, and maybe I'm just trying to protect profits at this point. I mean, it's an obvious uptrend, but the problem is even with uptrends, you can have some pullbacks, and not every single, almost every single first entry has been good so far, though. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, like I mentioned, if you went long on the 20 EMA, most likely you can make money, scalp. We have a two-leggy here. Am I interested? I almost want to take any two-legged pullback at this point, but this is so extended, overextended. I would like a higher low setup, if anything. But here's a second entry long. Let me ask you guys, with the second entry long, what would you do? Second entry long here. A, B, C. Would you go long here off the 20 EMA? Super strong uptrend. Small pullback here. I'm actually looking for a new low, actually, before trying to go long here. It's a two-legged pullback, but also it's actually more like a downtrend. This is amazing. It looks like it wants to scalp out. Not yet, though. Beautiful. Scalps out. Two-legged pullback. Thinking too much about it, huh? Absolutely incredible. Scalps you out regardless. A, B, C. Small risk as well. It's a super strong uptrend. Every two-legged pullback, every entry long is just working. This is how strong this bull trend is. I'll probably take the trap here. If we get a trap, I'll probably take the trap here. Trap trade? It's possible? It's basically a higher low setup, but it's a trap. Fails like entry short. People trying to go short here on a super strong uptrend. Trying to punish them here. In this trade. Trying to punish people who went short here. Them not realizing we're in a super strong uptrend. Let's go, baby. Do not counter trend trade this super strong uptrend. It's like unbelievably strong, something like this happening. And higher time frames. Super strong bull bars. Ooh. On the 5 minute we just broke. Ah, I see. The 5 minute broke. Interesting. Didn't think about the 5 minute chart. Huh. Okay. That makes sense. Right, the 20 EMA is still curling up, and you don't even have enough room to 20 EMA to take that short. So you're punishing those who took a second entry short here. Trap trade. That was a gift, to be honest. Like, I'm surprised that actually happened. It's like almost a gift. You're like, are you serious? Like, you're trying to go short here right now, traders? Like, institutions, what are you guys doing? It's just weird. I will have an order up here, though. Woo! One tick above the previous candle's high. I will have a two contract order looking for a 5-point swing. I'll take 5 points up or down either way. Like, if I get hit, I'll get hit. I might lose all my profits today with that one trade, but I think it's well worth it. We're up 475. Things are looking real good right now. That's a gift. I can't believe that happened. That's very rare. But that's a gift. I was so willing to take this out even on outside bar reversal. It didn't matter. I mean, just like if that happened, I was like, this is crazy. Like, people try to go people try to actually go short here. Imagine if you're scaling in at some point. There'd be capitulation sometime soon. Imagine you're scaling in and you went like short here on this strong bear bar, thinking there's a breakdown of this channel, and then all of a sudden you saw this move happen and you're trying to scale in every single time. You're just getting destroyed, and you're gonna get margin called soon, if not already. All right, this could have been the margin call right here. This move up. I don't know. Yeah, I use a 2000 tick chart to trade for my like accurate entries, but the 10,000 tick, I take some entries off of it, but mostly I use it for context to see for an uptrend or downtrend. Sometimes it's confusing when you are so when your time frame is so small and you're so focused on the small time frame, you kind of lose sight of the bigger picture. Like, let's just say like you're confused and it's kind of going up and down, up and down, up and down on the 2000 tick chart, like going in and out of the 20 MA. You just don't know what's happening. But on the 10,000 tick chart, you see that it's clearly above the 20 MA. Then it's like, okay, you're actually in an uptrend right now. It's just going sideways. So ultimately, probably go up. Second entry long here, not interested. It's a little too far away from 20 MA. It's floating in the middle of nowhere. Even though you're in a strong uptrend, you cannot take every single entry. Plus, like for instance, this entry here, this trap trade, you actually got stopped out. Second entry long here. Again, I have an order way up here. I'm just gonna wait for that to trigger. If it does trigger, I'm gonna let it trigger on its own. It'll be its own thing, entirely its own thing. Turtle says, I'm up really good today. I think taking a break the last 2 days was good. Yeah, you know, that's sometimes what you need. Sometimes people just need to recognize, like, everyone has different levels of focus and the ability to focus. And sometimes, you know, and you can obviously train that focus muscle or whatever. But it's like, you know, if you're losing focus, sometimes you don't even know you're losing focus because you don't have any focus. And that's the tough part, right? Yeah, so everyone kind of has to learn from the stuff through experience. Like, sometimes maybe it's better to trade 4 days a week instead of 5. You know, you might not be making as much more money, but you're not going to lose as much money either. So it's another second entry long right after 20 MA. I'm so tempted to take this, but I've already scalped out so many times on this uptrend. It's just like I'm not super like worried to missing any of these trades just because, yeah, I don't know. 20 EMA just acting as this perfect support right now. I'm like eager to go long here, thinking we could probably make another scalp here. It's one of those really rare days. It's like very rare to have a day like this. But I would just say probably today I would never go short. I would just really never go short. Even when there's a strong pullback, I probably would think sooner or later that's going to reverse. Like if there's a deep pullback, I'll probably think sooner or later it will reverse. It's a higher low setup. Might be interested in this. Higher low. Again, a higher low second entry long. It's a failed trap to the short side. If it's a higher low setup, I feel like I gotta take it. It's just too tempting. Potential higher low setup. I kind of want it to go away because I don't want to be tempted anymore. It's just too tempting. But I can also see the 20 EMA starting to flatten out a little bit here. Okay, higher low is gone. I'm actually happy about that. Gonna let this one go. It's a second entry long off the 20 EMA, but I'm gonna let this one go. 20 EMA is starting to flatten out a lot here, and we can also come back to the bottom of this trend line. Could create an H4 setup. H4 setup I'll be more interested in, actually. So if you went long here, you just got stopped out. So this is what I'm saying. You can't take every single second entry long. And this is why I was scared to take, you know, this one here, because I was scared something like this would have happened. But yeah, let's see how, you know, let's see if this goes back up. It's an H4 setup, but the 20 EMA curling down a lot now, breaking beneath this trend line. Chris asks, does our trader take a while to log in? Sometimes. It depends on how busy they are. Sorry, a lot of people have been asking questions. I'm just when I trade, I'm so focused. Sometimes I can't like read these questions, but I'm gonna go back and answer some questions. Actually, how about this? If you guys have a question here, this is for you guys. There's a Q&A section. If you have questions, like I can't go back. If you have a lingering question still that you want to ask, go ahead and ask it in the Q&A section and I'll get to it. The Q&A makes it so you have like a one consolidated place where all your questions are, so I don't have to read, go back through all the chat. And I should enable TTS. Should I? I don't know. I think TTS really only happens if people put like money in and then it will like read it out loud, right? I don't know. It's just too many chats, and I'm so focused on the charts. It's hard for me to go back. So if you guys want to have questions, then feel free to ask. Okay, see, now we're coming back up into here. Let's see if we actually get anything with the H4 setup. Higher low setup, be tempted to go long at this point with a higher low. What do I mean by higher low? A, B, C, higher low setup. Something like this. Be nice coming back into our trend line. H4 setup. It's just the uptrend is so strong. I'm just looking for anything long until it stops working. Until it stops working. Decent push up here. Yeah, again, if you guys have questions, throw it in the Q&A section. And honestly, we can consolidate here. We can start turning to a trading range. Like when you start seeing stuff like this, it might start to, you know, your alerts are going off. You're thinking possible trading range now. Right, the H4 works beautifully here. Might get a higher low, but it won't be a second entry long. Interesting. Traps triggering on the 10K and also the 5-minute. The 5-minute might be setting up for a second entry long. Possibly. We'll see. Second entry long possibly triggering on the 10,000 tick chart. A, B, C. Looking to go long. 5-minute chart as well. Similar setup. A, B, C. So now we're pushing lower. We have a possible break of trend to new low. Looking for a long trade still. But this could have a pullback. This might turn to a trading range. I need to find the bottom of the trading range. That's what I need to find. When in doubt, maybe you can look at the higher time frames. Is the pin message getting like oh whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Just want to unpin it. Sorry, I'm not sure if you can see this message, but the Q&A, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask there. It's just we'll put it in one spot where I can answer all the questions at once. Even though this looks like a strong push down, believe it or not, pandas, we're just at the 20 EMA on the 10,000 tick chart. And it's a nice healthy pullback, in my opinion, for a second entry long. If I get a failed second entry short here, I would look to go long. That's like a 90% chance. 90% chance to you know, for me, 90% setup. Where I'll just feel so confident, I'll just take it like almost blind. Yeah, the nice thing about if you do use Apex, I would just say make sure you do it under an LLC because the tax benefits are amazing. Like, you know, you can expense basically all the, you know, the fees and everything. You can expense that, and yeah, so in a sense, it's like free money. Of course, you have to pay for your LLC. Tax benefits of LLC is just much better than personal. My accountant did my taxes last year, and you know, they saw, you know, yeah, how much money that they basically did a comparison of my personal and also if they did it under LLC, and the difference was like between like paying taxes up to like $50,000 versus like $8,000. It's like crazy. Iggy says, do you know if you can change from personal to LLC later with Apex? You know, I think that's a good question. I'm not sure. I think because they're using deal now, I think you have to set up second entry long triggers on the 10,000 tick chart. Absolutely incredible. But the super strong bear bar is a little scary, but it's a second entry long on the 10,000 tick, regardless. I think deal, which is like third party they're using to do payouts and stuff. And I think also not only that, it really maintains the contracts. I think if you might have to sign a new contract if you started personal and then change to LLC. I don't know though. You have to ask Apex. I already had an LLC, so I never was in that situation. Yeah, I feel like because you have to sign a new contract with it. I'm not surprised we're pushing up because that second entry long triggers on the 10,000 tick chart. So I'm just looking for my setup still here. It's gonna fail second entry short, and I'll be interested going long. Actually, no. When you sign up, you can sign up for, yeah, when you sign up for the PA account, that's where you indicate if you're doing personal or LLC. Darn, this is beneath the 20 MA, but it's a trap trade. I don't like it. I'll do it anyways. I feel like it has another leg down. I can't take this. We're underneath the 20 MA. It's a trap trade. It's a setup is here, but it's in the wrong spot. Simply in the wrong spot if it does trigger.
$10,000 tick trap.
We got an Apex employee here. Oh my. Whoa, Chris, welcome to the stream. Hey, Apex is the best, guys, right? Apex is amazing, right? Lilu sucks. Top step trade or whatever, they suck. Apex the best. I have no problems with Apex. It's amazing. Jaden Saints, I don't know who this guy is. Kick him out. Get him out. Oh no, you're gonna get bombarded by Apex questions now. You shouldn't have said anything. Plead the fifth, Chris. Plead the fifth. Or direct them to the website. So we do get the trap trade that I thought was gonna happen, but we're just beneath the 20 MA. And honestly, with a super strong push down like this, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we get another push down. Could happen, sure, why not? It just seems more likely that we would probably push higher, but we're underneath the 20 MA, so I cannot take any trades here. Thanks for joining. That was a nice treat. I love when Apex employees join the stream. It's always a nice little surprise. I mean, I can easily see this making a point here, but I'm going to set on my pause just because it's tricky. We're still underneath the 20 MA. It's not the setup that, you know, if I'm going to take this, you know, 10 out of 10 times, would I take it every time? Yeah, so you just got stopped out if you went long there. This is why I don't like to take trades on the opposite side of the 20 MA. It can easily act as resistance. Trap actually triggers on the 10,000 tick chart. Absolutely amazing. I'll take this long here. If we break above this high, I'll probably take this long because a higher low setup on the 10,000 tick chart. Very tempted to go long if we break above this high, this triple top, micro triple top here. Michael Chin works for Apex. By the way, guys, if you want to trade with Apex, there's a 50% off code. I know you guys want that 80%, but honestly, I don't know when that's going to happen. It just really depends on Apex. Whenever they give me the code, you guys will be the first to know. So if you guys want to know, like, the moment that code is available, make sure you guys subscribe. And also hit that notification bell because I typically, sometimes what they usually do is when the sale goes out, they'll let us announce it like at 6 p.m., which is after the stream, obviously. But if you want to take advantage of it as soon as possible, then I usually put a post up on YouTube. I do all my socials through YouTube, and so basically, if you want to know as soon as possible if there's 80% off, make sure you hit that notification bell because when I put a post up, the notification bell should alert you that I put a post up about 80% off code. So, I mean, that's for you guys. Obviously, I don't care if you hit the bell notification. That doesn't really matter to me. But like, I'm not trying to gain more. You know, I'm not trying to boost the algorithm with that. I'm just literally saying for you guys, if you really want to know right away. And trust me, once I know, I will let you guys know 100%. I'm not like, I will never hold that back. There's no reason for me to. But this is probably like a pretty long stretch that we haven't had an 80% off code, so kind of makes sense because we haven't had any holidays really. It might be Halloween or it might be even Thanksgiving or Black Friday. Black Friday makes the most sense that they would have 80% off. Push up here, huh? Interesting. I don't know what's happening here, pandas. We're still above the 20 MA on all the higher time frames. 10,000 tick chart, even though we had the trap trigger, there's no follow through, and we're still above the 20 MA. 5-minute chart, second entry, the second pullback triggers here. So let's see if we get a second entry long in midair on that 5-minute chart. This looks like a trading range. They might come back into the trading range. For me, I'm not looking for a long until we're above the 20 MA on the 2,000 tick chart. Like, there's no way I can go long unless that happens first. Micro double bottom. People who are eager to go long will go long at the break of this high. I'm still sitting on my pause. I don't have any FOMO here. I'm just waiting. They might want to try to come back to the top of the trading range here. I was thinking possible lower high setup, but we never triggered this entry, so couldn't trigger that second entry long. Don't know. Don't know. I'm just gonna read it as it is. We're just in this trading range right now. I'm gonna sit on my pause. I'm a little curious what's gonna happen here. I want to see if we get a setup. If we start breaking above here without a setup, then it is what it is. Now we're above the 20 EMA. I'm looking for a second entry long here, actually, right? A, B, C, second entry long. I'm just seeing if this setup will actually happen here. I doubt it though. It looks like it's going up without me. Looks like the second entry long would trigger on the 5 minute without me as well. No idea. Well, I have an idea, but I don't think I'm going to get my setup. We're hitting this 1, 2, 3, 4 hits in a row here. This micro triple top. It's creating a small resistance here. I'll be interested in going long if we do trigger this. It doesn't trigger because it's a micro double bottom. It's grinding up again, pandas. It's just doing that grind. It might do one of those grinds again. Super strong grinds. Pops up, second entry long triggers on the 5 minute chart. Unfortunately, can't get a piece of it. But pandas, with that being said, yeah, if you want to look at what time frame I'm using, look at the top left of your corner. I jump around between 10,000 tick, 2,000 tick, 10,000 tick, 5 minute as well. So you see the second entry long happening on the 5 minute chart. It's just unfortunate that I could not get a setup here on the 2,000 tick to coincide with that one. But it is what it is. So pandas, with that being said, hope you guys are doing amazing, and I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Tomorrow I may take a break. We'll see. Just make sure you subscribe. I hope I can stream, but if not, then I'll see you guys Monday. But so just subscribe, and I'll let you guys know. You guys will see. You guys will see the stream if you guys subscribe. So you know, tomorrow, a slight chance I may not stream, but who knows? So pandas, if I don't see you then, have a great weekend. And as always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.